So cute!
I thought you guys were rapping some song.
Oh, I like theater class because
my confidence level has also increased.
and now I've gained so much confidence.
Like now I'm very confident, I'm able to act and I learned a lot and I progressed so much from here.
In school, taking theatre classes helped me improve my public speaking skills.
This class has also made me express my emotions, feelings,
And it's really improved my skills.
and I could actually speak louder, and it helps us to be more creative.
The courses which I had done during my Kriya Play years had definitely made my CV look a lot more clearer. And I think that all those years which I had spent doing those Kriya Play courses back in school had definitely enabled me to foster those two skills.
If there's anything in topic of Kriya Shakti, I would always choose that first.
A very warm morning to our wonderful parents, family members and friends. Welcome to Kriya Play's Summer Solo Showcase 2026. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here today to witness a true celebration of courage, creativity and live performance. Over the last 2 months, these young stars have undergone 20 intensive online classes, poured over scripts, crafted unique story worlds and tackled rigorous offline rehearsals right here in Chennai. Today, the screens are left behind and the stage is entirely theirs. The guiding principle of our program is very simple. Practice online, perform offline, and today you will see exactly how that magic comes alive on a public stage. Before we kick off our opening solo performance, I have a few quick housekeeping announcements to ensure the absolute best experience of our performers. First, please take a quick moment right now to completely silence your mobile phones. Our soloists have worked incredibly hard to master their voice modulation and projection, and we want to ensure zero distractions. Second, please refrain from using flash photography during the performances as it can startle the children under the stage lights. Finally, we encourage you to laugh and enjoy the shows, but please reserve your biggest, loudest applause for the end of each monologue to allow the kids to maintain their performance flow. Get ready to experience a roller coaster of emotions. To open our showcase today, please put your hands together and give a massive round of applause for our very first performer. To kick things off today, we have a phenomenal young performer from Level 1 who has trained tirelessly to bring a unique character to life, unveiling a retail thriller comedy where a corporate rival secretly hides chips in refrigerators and chutney near soft toys. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage M. Sai Avnish performing his solo piece, Adhu's First Day at the Supermarket.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Everything went well today, sir. Sales were amazing. You will be thrilled to see the collection today, sir. Customers were everywhere, searching for all the items. Very busy day, sir. Very successful, sir. Absolutely. Under control. See you tomorrow. Under control? Nothing was under control. One word to explain today would be thrilled. Why did this all happen my very first day at work? Morning when I opened the shop, everything was perfectly arranged. Bananas with fruits and snacks in the snack section, and toothpaste where the toothpaste should be. Everything was perfectly arranged until that one little stranger entered my shop and mixed up everything inside my shop. He looked like a gentleman, dressed in formals, and even asked, "How's your day going?" And then I realized, why did he ask that question? He secretly misplaced everything inside the shop. A customer came and asked, "Where's the bananas?" I confidently pointed the fruit section, but the bananas were next to the chili powder. And then a little boy came, and then another customer came and asked, "Where's the toothpaste?" I searched everywhere. Finally, I found it next to the pineapples. Wonderful. And then a little boy came asking for chips. I searched everywhere. Nothing. I searched near the biscuit. Still nothing. Do you know where were the chips are? Inside the refrigerator. At this point, I want to sit in the refrigerator. And then the coriander and the mint leaves were kept next to the soft toys. Little boy came and picked up the coriander, hugged it like a teddy bear, and said, "Mummy, this toy smells like chutney." People are staring at me. I smiled back. I couldn't know what else people could do. And then people were staring at me. People were shouting and children laughing and me sweating. At the end of the day, I found the truth. The gentleman in formals has mixed up everything inside the shop. Tomorrow onwards, I'm watching every single customer. Carefully watching everything. Hello, sir. Who should I be careful of, sir? Oh, I've arrived in opposite shop. And okay, sir. I'll never allow him inside my shop, sir. 1 minute, sir. I'll take notes. Neat hairstyle, clean shoes, formal attire. It was him!
Let's hear it out one more time for that wonderful performance by Sai Avnish. Following that fantastic start, our next soloist is a brilliant young talent from level 2, initiating a fantastic dreamscape journey, jumping across a smooth chocolate world, an opposite language land, and a robotic future. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Mahadi performing her solo piece, The Night I Hoped 3 Worlds.
Hello everybody, I'm Mahati, a curious explorer and someone who loves details and someone who always tries her very best. Today, I'm going to take you all through a journey to a world made entirely of chocolate. Imagine a place where even the people are made of chocolate. I wish you were here too. There is absolutely nothing to complain about. All we eat is chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate. Yum! But I honestly wonder, how do these people never get tired of chocolate? The local people were very warm, kind, and friendly. Oh, and I even discovered a candy plant. It looked very pretty and tasted absolutely delicious. I also heard that this place has a giant chocolate garden. I really wish you were here too. So let's all step into this journey together and have fun eating chocolates. Now close your eyes and take a deep breath. When you open your eyes, everything around you is brown. You can feel the smooth, silky chocolates brushing against your legs. And you can hear the soft breeze as the trees sway and as the small chocolate leaves drift to the ground. And everywhere you look at are mouth-watering chocolates. When you are here, which chocolate would you eat first? I would definitely choose a 5-star. So I picked up a small 5-star chocolate, carefully unwrapped it, and put it in my mouth, enjoying every bite. As I walked happily, chewing my chocolate, I suddenly bumped against a strange-looking person with melted chocolate dripping all over him. Then we introduced ourselves. He said he would take me to another magical world. Of course, I agreed. So we walked for a long time until a small girl came up to me and waved at me and said, "Bye." I was confused. Then the man explained that if we keep using AI and robots to do our work, one day they may replace us. Suddenly, I understood that a robot came walking towards me and said, "All the humans are sleeping, only the robots are working." I was confused. Then I imagined a world like this. That would be terrifying. Then I shouted. I was so scared. I want to go back to my world. Then suddenly, I heard a loud voice. "Mahati, wake up! Mahati!" I could understand nothing. Then the loud voice again appeared. "Mahati, wake up! It's late for school." School? I asked sleepily. Then the loud voice was even more louder. "Mahati, wake up! What are you dreaming?" Then I opened my eyes and shouted in panic, "Where are the chocolates? And where is the girl who spoke in opposites? And where are the robots?" I was in panic. I could understand nothing. Then suddenly, I at last understood it was all a dream. I was shocked. Have you ever had a dream so magical that you never wanted to leave it? This unforgettable dream will stay in my heart forever. Now, this is Mahati signing off. Bye-bye. See you.
It was an outstanding job by Mahadi. Let's keep that energy going as we welcome a wonderfully animated performer from level 4, delivering a beautiful defense of the life of an elder sister, acting as a teacher, an unpaid assistant parent, a detective, and a scapegoat all at once. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Jaswita Satish performing her solo piece, Akka Never Retire.
Welcome to the life of an elder sister. Elder sister is the only job where you become a villain and a hero at the same hour. How many of you are elder sisters here? I think you know how it feels to be an elder sister. Because in one single day, elder sisters become teachers, teaching life lessons and homeworks, detectives, finding for missing items, thieves, stealing snacks, and finally, a scapegoat, getting blamed for everything. Imagine doing all this as a 12-year-old. Yes, 12. Not an adult, not even someone who fully understands life. But somehow, the minute a younger sibling is born, elder child automatically gets promoted to a mini parent. Sometimes, I don't even know if I am supposed to behave like a child or an adult. One minute they say, you are still young, and the next minute, you are the elder one. Behave maturely. Honestly, I am even confused in this family. But my younger sister is 8 years old. She's cute, dramatic, loud, emotional, but somehow always innocent in front of adults. And me, I am the unpaid employee of this household. Every morning starts like a survival challenge. Akka, where is my water bottle? Akka, tie my hair. She took my pencil. Sometimes I feel less like a sister and more like a customer care service available 24 hours. But the real struggle is this. Elder sisters are expected to be mature even during fights. If my sister screams, cries, rolls on the floor like a movie scene, everyone says, she's younger. Adjust. Adjust? I have adjusted so much that even my own snacks are not mine anymore. 1 minute, we fight like enemies during World War III. And the next minute, she comes hugging me saying, Akka. All my anger disappears. That's the problem with being an elder sister. We act strict, we shout, we complain. But secretly, we love our sibling more than anything. One day, I found a chocolate inside the fridge. And I decided to share it with my friends at school. We happily finished half of it. And I even saved the other half for my sister, like a kind and loving sibling. But the moment my mom entered the house, my sister transformed into a full-time drama queen. She complained to my mom as if I had stolen her entire future. I tried explaining to my mom that it was completely fair. I shared it equally. My sister suddenly took out her most powerful weapon, tears. Within seconds, my mom forgot my kindness, forgot the fairness, forgot the sharing, and only remembered to scold me. The next morning, she came to me quietly, like she was about to discuss a top secret mission. She had not done her homework for past 2 days. She wanted me to convince mom to send a mail to her teacher saying there was a family function. She explained me the whole plan very seriously. But instead of making the situation bigger, I gave her a simple idea. Why don't you tell you forgot your notebook at home and ask if you can bring it tomorrow? The way her face immediately relaxed was shocking. In the evening, she had a doubt in her math lesson. I confidently told her to give me a chocolate for teaching that. Immediately, she got very irritated and asked my mom to teach her instead. But my mom was very busy with her office work, so she asked me to teach. In front of my mom, I acted very innocent. After coming to the room, I transformed into a complete different version and made her plead for help. Finally, I taught her confidently like an expert. But secretly, I first understood the topic using ChatGPT. The next day, my sister got into a trouble at school. She had been talking and laughing continuously in the classroom. Somehow, the situation became so dramatic that her teacher decided to call my parents. I thought my job was over after simply hearing it. But no, the moment my mom entered the house, she looked at me and said, "You are the elder one. You should have been more responsible." Excuse me, I wasn't even there in the classroom. I didn't even know teacher existed until 5 minutes ago. But somehow, her mistakes become my responsibilities too. After hearing a full-time motivational speech about leadership, maturity, and setting an example, that day I understood something very important. Elder sisters are not just daughters. We are unpaid assistant parents. And the moment relatives enter the house, elder sisters automatically lose their freedom. The second my mother sees the guest, she looks at me and says, "Bring water, take snacks, go and greet them." Meanwhile, my younger sister is peacefully sitting and eating chips like she doesn't even have responsibilities in the world. And then comes the most dangerous questions in Indian family. One auntie will come from somewhere and ask, "Do you remember me?" Why do relatives ask this question? Like they are conducting a CBI investigation. "Auntie, I don't even remember what I ate yesterday for dinner. How am I supposed to remember where I saw you 8 years ago?" Then comes the next set of cringe questions. "What is your age now? How tall you have become? Which grade are you in?" And the funniest part is, they have already asked the same exact question yesterday during the reception. But no, marriage means repeat telecast. The second their elder sisters enter the function hall, there is a point where parents force us to dance in front of relatives. Come on, Ma, just one dance. One dance will become 3 songs will become a lifetime embarrassment. While cousins are busy posing like celebrities, who become the unpaid photographer? Elder sisters. "Wait, my hair. No candid." At that moment, I am not a guest anymore. I am a camera woman, babysitter, event manager, all wearing uncomfortable traditional clothes. One day, my sister went for a sleepover at my relative's house. I first thought the day would be peaceful without her around. But I slowly realized that I missed her so much. The house felt unusually quiet. And that day, I understood that sometimes the noise we complain about is what actually makes us feel alive. And the most confusing part of being an elder sister is becoming an official problem solver between cousin and a younger sister. They are like weather reports, changing every 5 minutes. 1 minute, they are fighting like enemies in a serial. She took my clip. No, she started first. And somehow, without fail, they call me to solve the issue like I am running a police station. I go there, trying to make peace. Immediately, they both look at me and say, "Oh my God, you are so cringe." Excuse me, 2 seconds ago, one of you are crying dramatically on the floor. After I solve the problem, you become best friends again. And the minute I enter the room again, "Akka, go out. We are playing now." What does that even mean? 1 minute North Pole and South Pole, and the next minute magnets attracting each other? Yes, being an elder sister means getting blamed for things you didn't do, sacrificing your snacks, solving problems you never created, and becoming a free home tutor without salary. But between all these fights, drama, and complaints, there is also a bond that silently grows every single day. Being an elder sister is not always about being mature or responsible. It's about loving someone in the most chaotic way. We fight over chocolates today and stop talking for an hour. But when life becomes difficult, we still stand beside each other and say, we are the best sisters. I would like to dedicate this presentation to my Perima. I was inspired by her care towards her sister, who's my mother. After seeing her, I learned how to be more responsible and caring towards my sister. Oh my God, I just remember that next week is my sister's birthday. I don't know what kind of torture she's planning for me or what crazy gift she's going to ask. I need to be ready with the plan. Oh my god, I am already running late. But anyway, maybe that's just how life is loud, messy, emotional, and full of chaos that I secretly miss even when I complain about it. Thank you so much for listening to my torture, bond, and problems. Thank you.
Wow, it was a fantastic performance by Jashwata. Here comes our next presenter, a colorful fairy tale builder from level 1, tracking an imprisoned princess, discovering her inner true light, and escaping a dark room with her forest friends. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Vedika Kotipalli performing her solo piece, The Lost Light of Flower Kingdom.
Once upon a time, in a land filled with the most delicious smelling flowers, bright colors, and actual real life magic, there was a place called the Flower Kingdom. That was my home. I used to fly through the gardens, play hide and seek with the butterflies, and eat rainbow flavored ice cream for breakfast. Every single day was a giant party. But everything changed when he came. King Catrat, dun dun dun, a ruler of not kindness, but of cruelty. Not of wisdom, but of total absolute arrogance. He captured our kingdom, crushed our joy, and turned our beautiful home into a place of fear. But do you want to know something absolutely hilarious about the mighty scary King Catrat? He was a total scaredy cat. Specifically, he was terrified of the dark. Oh no, turn on the night light. Where is my teddy bear? Yes. The same king who made everyone else tremble and couldn't stand a single second without a light on. One day, I was walking to his giant creepy castle, and I didn't know why, but something inside my chest pulled me there, like a whisper, a memory, a feeling I couldn't explain. That's when he spotted me. You, he shouted. Hey, let go of my wings. Watch the glitter. Before I could even speak, I was dragged right in front of his throne. He leaned and stared at me closely, like he recognizes me. Then his voice turned ice cold. Find me the shiniest thing in the whole wide world. Something that will destroy the darkness forever. And if you fail, you will be grounded forever. Not grounded, anything but that. So my big journey began. And let me tell you, it was exhausting. I found giant diamonds that sparkled gold. But, too heavy to carry in my backpack. I jumped up and caught the shooting stars that shimmered. But, ouch, too hot. None of them felt right. None of them felt alive. I was totally lost in the whispering woods. And in the deepest secret part, I saw it, a flower, but not an ordinary flower. It glowed, radiant and so warm, like it took a little piece of the afternoon sun right inside its petals. For the first time in years, I felt hope. This is it, I whispered. This will save me and maybe save everyone. I took King Catrat to a secret garden. The second he saw it, his eyes grew huge with greed. He pushed me out of the way. Hey, rude! Before I could even warn him that magic needs to be treated with kindness, he reached out and plucked it right out of the ground. And just like that, the glow vanished. Because it was forced, because it was taken, because it was not loved. The king went absolutely bananas. You tricked me, he roared. His anger filled the room darker and colder than any night he ever feared. He dragged me to the bowels of his castle. He threw me into a dark room. Slam! Clang! The lock clicked. It was pitch black. No stars, no windows, just freezing cold air and creepy echoing silence. I wrapped my arms around my knees, covering my head and thinking this was the end. But then, peek! A tiny silver light cut through the dark room. It was Gabby and Pandy, my friends, my loyal, goofy, fiercely best friends. They came for me and tracked me to the deepest dungeons. The door went right off of its hinges. The king came in running, but Gabby went. Take that, evil king! We fought the king with everything we had. I grabbed my imaginary wand, stepping out of the dark room. Sparkle attack! We fought the king with everything we had, not just with physical strength, but with the loudest, truest voice of courage. The king was running around in circles and tripping over his own cape and crying for his mommy. We were winning. We were actually winning. And at that quite magnificent moment, my friends stopped fighting. They turned around and looked at me, not just as Kitty Fairy, the girl who wears sparkles, tells jokes, and the one they've been searching for their entire lives. They whispered, "The lost princess," me. All those strange memories, all those feelings I couldn't explain, it all finally made total sense. This wasn't just the kingdom I was trying to save. It was my kingdom. It was my home. And that beautiful light I spent weeks searching for, it was never been hidden inside a flower. Never in sparkly jewels or gold or buried treasures. The real light is inside us, inside courage, inside friendship, inside love. King Catrat feared the dark because he never understood the golden rule. Darkness isn't defeated by grabbing light. It is defeated by becoming it. And I, Kitty Fairy Kitty Cat, I choose to shine because true light can never be taken. It can only be shared. Thank you.
What a fabulous performance. Let's hear it for Vedika. Now please welcome an adventurous summer soloist from level 2, presenting a wonderful story about a young girl discovering a fashionable sparkling broom to battle a chaotic house tornado. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Vriddhi Dilip performing her solo piece, The Broom of Magic.
Summer holidays are supposed to be exciting, but every single day feels exactly the same. Mom and Dad wake up, eat breakfast, walk around the house, look at the window side dramatically like this. Mom and Dad always said, go play outside, Marilu. Use your imagination, Marilu. Read a book, Marilu. Do grown-ups, you know how annoying they are? And the worst part is, they don't even have ideas for themselves. Nothing ever exciting happens in this house. Just the same old stuff. Or maybe something does. Yesterday, I remember Mom told me something magical in this house. Something everybody wanted, but never told me what it was. And today, I'll find that magical thing. Operation Find a Magical Thing begins now. Mom sure is going to be upset when she sees this mess. The house is really dirty. It's so tiring to find something which is never found. Or maybe it wasn't anything magical here. It was a made-up story Mom told me and I accepted it was real. What is that? A broom? Not just any broom, a glittery broom. Do you think I should touch it? I think I should touch it. Whoa! The wall! It's glowing. The floor is sparkling. Everything just looks like a dream. I think this is the magical thing. Then I think I can wish. I wish for an adventure. Oh no. Did you see what that was? The wind. It was strong. The air is also strong. The sound of the thunderous roaring. Do you have any idea what that is? I don't know what it is. It's a tornado. And tornado, I did not wish for a tornado. What am I going to do? Do not panic, Marilu. Do not panic. Panicking a little? What do heroes do? Yes, I think I know what heroes do. But they fight, and I think I should talk first, then fight. But whatever you do, you need to talk first before the tornado pulls you in. Tornado, you are ruining my holiday. I said, Tornado, you are ruining my holiday. I won. I fought a tornado. I thought that was impossible. Fighting a tornado, that's really impossible. I just can't believe how excited I am. The house is changing, going back to the old messy house like it was before the adventure came. The broom, you're leaving. How can you leave? We just became friends. I thought summer was really boring, but I didn't know the magic was all over me. And this broom, and you just showed me where it was. And how can you leave? Here. Goodbye, magic broom. But take this coat for you to always remember me. Well, now you have vanished. Guess this is going to be my best summer holiday. And tomorrow, I hope I find something even more magical. Thank you.
It was an amazing performance by Vriddhi. Next on our stage is a mythical hero specialist from level 4, escorting us through a parallel demigod universe, dealing with Minotaurus, Zeus, Lightning Bolt, and the deep dark pits of Tartarus. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Akarsh Vishwanathan performing his solo piece, The Life of Percy Jackson.
I am from a parallel universe. I am strong. I am brave. I am good at sword fighting. How? All because of my inspiration. Who is he? You must know. He is a man of bravery, a man of inspiration, a man who helps his friends, a man who turned down immortality. He literally turned down the power of being alive eternally. He is none other than Percy Jackson. Percy had gone through a lot in his life. He had gotten kicked out of school. He had lost his memory. He even found out he was a demigod. But the craziest thing he did, he jumped into the deepest, darkest pit in the world and came back out alive. Percy had gotten kicked out of school a lot of times because mortals, as in humans, thought that Percy was hallucinating when he saw the Minotaur, which is a Greek myth, and other Greek monsters that he drew in his book when he saw them. Percy's father, the sea god Poseidon, was always with Percy instead of helping the gods. So Zeus became angry and put a rule that the big three gods should not be with their children. So Percy never saw his father. He felt like no one understood him until he met Grover. Grover was very kind and he was very friendly to Percy, and Grover understood everything. But what Percy didn't know was that Grover was much more than a friend. He was a protector, an important role. Percy, one day when he came home from school, his mom had told him that all the Greek monsters he saw, all the stories his mom had told him, it was all real. He was a demigod. He didn't understand. His mom had just told him that his father was a god. And suddenly, Grover had hooves instead of legs. It turns out Grover was a satyr. Now they were going to Camp Half-Blood, the camp for half-bloods, demigods, the camp where demigods will be safe from monsters. When Percy was going to Camp Half-Blood, his mom got dissolved by a minotaur, and Percy killed the minotaur with its own horn. Then, after he reached Camp Half-Blood, Percy found out that his mom was not dead. She was captured by Hades. Percy stayed in the Hermes cabin. Hermes is the god of messengers, and he is open to having demigods who are not claimed by their godly father or mother stay at his cabin. In the Hermes cabin, Percy found a new friend, Luke. In a game of Capture the Flag, Percy got hurt, and when he fell into the water, he healed. And he got claimed by his father, the sea god, Poseidon. This was an awe to everyone in camp because he was a son of the big three gods, the three gods who killed Kronos. Then, Percy's father had given him a quest to go and retrieve Zeus's lightning bolt. Before going to the quest, Percy chose Grover and Annabeth for the quest because Grover was his friend and Annabeth had a lot of experience as she was a daughter of Athena, and she was also wise, and she was the head of the quest as she had the most experience. On the quest, before going to the quest, again, Luke, a person from the Hermes cabin, had given Percy 2 boots to wear that fly when you say Maya, but they were supposed to be a trap. They were supposed to take you to Tartarus. Then on the quest, they ran into Medusa, the monster. If she looks at you, you turn into stone. Percy killed Medusa with Riptile, or also called Anaclumos, the pen that turns into a sword. And they also met Ares, the god of war, on the quest. He was the lightning thief. He had stolen Zeus's lightning bolt. Then Percy went to Mount Olympus and gave the lightning bolt back to Zeus. And Zeus thanked him, which is not normal for Zeus because he is never calm. But Grover was still stuck in Hades' lair because on their way to Mount Olympus, they had to go to Hades' lair. And there were only 3 safety bubbles which were used for Percy, Annabeth, and Percy's mom. So Grover had to be brought back by Zeus. Then, this was only one of Percy's quests. Then, after this, Percy's best friend, Grover, was stuck in Polyphemus Island. And Grover had disguised himself as a female Cyclops because Polyphemus had terrible sight. And that plan worked for longer than they thought. Then, at the same time, Talia's tree was poisoned by Luke, Annabeth's trusted friend, who went to Kronos' side. Then, Percy, but this quest that was supposed to go to Percy went to Clarice, daughter of Ares. So Percy, Annabeth, and Tyson secretly went on a mission to rescue Grover and get the golden fleece. Then Annabeth almost died, but Percy and Luke saved and rescued Annabeth, and they saved camp with the golden fleece. After all of this happened, Kronos started taking over Luke's body. Then, but Annabeth still had hope that Luke still had good in him. Then, when Kronos threatened Mount Olympus itself and the gods were about to die, Luke sacrificed himself to save the camp and all the gods. Annabeth was right all along. Luke was still good. Then, after all of this, Percy went and memorized the great prophecy, the prophecy of 7 demigods who must defeat Gaia, the Earth Mother. Then, this was Hera's plan on erasing Percy's memory and sending him to the Roman camp. Same with Jason, a Roman who woke up in a school bus with his memory wiped. Percy had to fight the same Gorgons, sisters of Medusa, monsters, thousands of times. And today, he jumped from a bridge into a river and somehow didn't break every bone in his body. Then he saw an old lady on the road. She told him to carry her across the road to 2 archers. Percy carried the lady and he tried to run as fast as he could, trying not to die because of the Gorgons. Then the archers took care of the rest. When Percy carried her and went into the camp, he had to cross the river Tiber, the little Tiber. And the current was so strong, it drained Percy's strength. Then after he crossed the river, when he put down the lady, Frank was stuck inside the river. Then Percy used all his energy and his water powers to get Frank onto the land. Then Percy, Hazel, and Frank went on a small quest to stop Gaia. Only a part of it. Then, when they came back, the Greeks arrived with the huge warship, the Argo II. On the warship, there was the 7 demigods, Greeks and Romans. They all united to stop Gaia. And they were accompanied by Coach Hedge and Nico D'Angelo. Coach Hedge was a satyr from Camp Half-Blood who loved watching martial arts and taking a baseball bat and saying, "I will kill you." Then there was also Nico D'Angelo, son of Hades. And Hazel's story is also very tragic. Hazel had died years ago when trying to kill Gaia with her mom. Then, when she was wandering in the fields of Asphodel, Nico D'Angelo went and rescued Hazel and got her back to life. On the quest to stop Gaia, Percy and Annabeth fell into the deepest, darkest pit in the world, Tartarus. And there was also Bob, a titan whose name is actually Iapetus. He had gotten brainwashed by Percy in one of the other books. Bob helped Percy nearly come back to life because Percy was poisoned, and Bob brought him back to life. And there was also Damason, who sacrificed his life with Bob to let Percy and Annabeth close the doors of death and go back to life. Then Bob told to Annabeth and Percy, say hello to the stars, because Bob had always had the desire to see the stars in the sky, but he could never do it because he was always trapped in either the underworld or Tartarus. Percy and Annabeth agreed and they went back to life. This is the story of Percy Jackson. You must be inspired of him, but you must also do better than him, because he, keeping his friends at his highest priority, is both the good thing about him and his fatal flaw. Thank you. Until next time, this is Akrish signing off.
Wow, it was an outstanding performance by Akrish Vishwanathan. Moving forward, we have a lovely fantasy storyteller from level 1, stepping inside a giant book maze where cloud cities came alive and bouncing balls spin the world before a chariot ride home. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Akshara Ganesh Ram performing her solo piece, The Magic Library.
One day, I was going on a vacation in my car with my family. It was very boring. Suddenly, I found a button in the car. First, I was scared. I thought something bad would happen if I pressed it. But I was very bored, so I decided to press it. When I pressed it, there was a flash of light. The car smell had disappeared. Instead, there was a smell of old pages. The car noise completely stopped and it became very quiet. I looked around. I soon realized that I was in a huge library. The ceiling arched so high above me that it was lost in deep shadows, and towering wooden shelves stretched out in every direction like a massive labyrinth. I looked down and found that there was a book in my hand. The book in my hand's name was Tia Stilton and the Lost Letters. I found a note saying, if you are lost, just read a book. So I opened Tia Stilton and the Lost Letters, but it was blank. So I put that book down. I walked with huge bookshelf of fiction, non-fiction, and mythological books. Dust motes danced in the soft, warm beams of light that filtered down from the invisible windows high above. The sheer scale of the place was breathtaking, and every row seemed to hold thousands of secrets. I found another book called Daring Do and the Forbidden City of Clouds. When I read it, the story came alive around me. Swirling mist enveloped my feet, and for a magnificent moment, I could hear the distant whisper of ancient wind and see majestic temples carved into the sky. But when I finished reading that book, I was still not in the car. I found another book called Holes. When I opened it, I found a big hole in the pages. Inside the hole was a ball. It said in big letters, "Please bounce me." I was a little bit scared. I did not know what would happen next. But with hesitation, I bounced the ball several times. When I bounced it for the last time, the huge library began to spin. It felt like I was in a black hole. Swirls of colors rushed past my eyes as the floor beneath me seemed to vanish into thin air. Suddenly, I found the princess on sight. She wore a gown that shimmered like stars and looked just as surprised to see me as I was to see her. I said to her, "I am lost. Will you take me back to my car?" She said 1 second and ran away. Within a few moments, she came back with her chariot. It was a beautiful, magnificent carriage pulled by 2 spectacular white horses. We both climbed in. She told me that she knew the way back, and while going, I told the princess all about my adventure. When we reached back, I jumped inside the car. I thought I was sleeping. So I asked my dad, "How much time have I been sleeping?" He replied, "You did not sleep at all. We just now started." I was flustered. My mind was racing, trying to comprehend how a whole journey could take less than a second of real time. When I looked outside the window, far away in the green lands, I saw the princess riding her chariot and waving me goodbye, so I did wave her back. My parents were confused seeing me wave at an empty field of grass, thinking that I'm still half asleep. Till date, I'm confused. Was I delusional back then, or did it really happen? This is Akshara Ganeshram signing off.
Give a big round of applause for that excellent performance of Akshara Ganeshram. Next, we move on to a very determined soloist from level 2, detailing her high-stakes 4 a.m. baking contest mystery, tracking down a little sister sabotaging dark chocolate with jars of mayonnaise. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Adwaita A, performing her solo piece, The Desert Mess.
It was a dark night. 4 o'clock in the morning. I was dreaming peacefully. I heard the slow whirring of the fan. But then a loud voice said something like, "Wake up!" Gah! It startled me. I groaned, thinking about who set the alarm at this time. Well, at least it won't do that again. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Isabella and I am 11 years old. I have a little sister. Her name is Mia and she is 4 years old. Oh, and I definitely can't forget Polly the parrot. Then that day, I went back to sleep. Then something screeched in my ears. Ugh, what was that? This time, it was not the alarm. It was my sister. She giggled and left the room. Then I saw the clock. For 6 o'clock in the morning already? Well, I guess time flies when you're having fun. Or in this case, sleep. I did my daily routine, which was to brush my teeth, take a bath, eat breakfast, set up my school bag and go to school. But today wasn't a normal day because a teacher made a life-changing announcement to all students. She told that there would be a cooking competition after 5 days. I was like, what? I shrieked up there while jumping. I also let out laughs of joy. I was overjoyed. But meanwhile, I was elated. I heard moans, groans, and grunts. Then the principal stared at me. He showed me a gesture that he was watching me using his binoculars. Why does he even have them? And then I sat down. I heard the students asking their friends if they want to participate or not. And a lot of them replied, they don't want to. I guess most of them hate cooking. Well, that was until the teacher told the magic words, which is that whoever was participating will take a leave until the contest ends. And soon before I knew it, everyone was participating. I did too. I'm so excited for tomorrow when I start things off. Day 1. Today I'm going to create a recipe, then make it. Today I'm going to create a recipe, then make it. Today I'm going to create a recipe, then make it. Oh, I did not see you there. Well, as I told, I'm going to create a recipe, then make it. But first, I need your help. I will ask you some questions and you'll need to answer it. So, it can catch the judge's taste. If you like ice cream, scream ice cream. Is that the best that you can do? Okay. If you like cookies, scream choco chip. If you like brownies, scream fudge. Okay, I guess I'll make some cookies. I was preparing the recipe while music was playing on my mom's phone. Then I went to go get the dark chocolate. Then I kept my batter in the oven. After waiting for a long time, I took my dessert out, feeling proud. You know how it feels like to taste something you have made. I was like that too. I was about to take a bite. It tastes like, it's chocolate, vinegar, pickles, and, spicy. There's also ghost peppers in this. Tomorrow, I'm going to critique the recipe and make it again. Day 2. As I told yesterday, I'm going to critique the recipe and make it again. But when I was coming to the kitchen, I saw my sister carrying a jar of mayonnaise. She stared at me and left. Well, she is always curious. I made the recipe again. Then I went to go get the sugar. And when I came back, I saw mayonnaise in my batter. I think I know who you all are suspecting. That my sister is a suspect. Well, I think that too. We will find some evidence tomorrow, I guess. Day 3. Today, I won't make the recipe. Instead, I'll see what happens when I put dark chocolate into a bowl and leave the room. I hid behind the wall to see. Then I saw my sister coming. As I suspected, she poured some random ingredients to it. Ugh. I knew it. She was the mastermind. I knew it. She is the culprit. Well, I also knew that I have to make it at a time when my sister was fast asleep. And that would have been at 4 a.m. Oh, why does it always have to be 4 a.m.? Why? Well, I have no other choice, so yeah. Day 4. As I told yesterday, I woke up at 4 a.m. today to make the recipe. Why does it have to be 4 a.m.? I went out of the room telling myself that it wouldn't be a disaster. But Polly heard me and squawked that it would be a disaster 5 times. Shush, Polly. Then he began to squawk about lips. I told him to shush again. Then he began to squawk that lipstick is the best. I grabbed him, opened the door, put him in my sister's room and locked the door. She won't come out if Polly is in there. Then I quickly was about to make the recipe. Then after waiting for 10,000 years, I came back. I'm so nervous. What if my sister must have planned all this? What if she knew it? Ugh. I was about to taste it. Wow, it's actually good. It's the best. I love it. And I hope the judges will too. But first, I gotta go sleep. Day 5. Today was the contest. I made my recipe and gave it to the judges. It was intense. They took a bite and wrote something about it. After 1 hour of intense waiting, the results came. Unbelievable. I won! Yay! It is unbelievable. I won. Now I know that my hard work finally did something. Especially the part when I woke up at 4 a.m. I came home and my sister was happy that she got a gold medal for a friend. Then I learned, if life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade. Thank you.
Wow, it was a spectacular performance by Adwaita. Dear parents, due to an unavoidable situation, one of our outstanding performer could not join us for today's show. However, she has graciously shared her performance with us virtually so that we can still enjoy her wonderful monologue. Please put your hands together for Gianna Sipani from Level 3 presenting My Trip to Disneyland.
You want to hear about my trip to Disneyland? My trip to Disneyland was one of the most exciting experiences of my life. I had been waiting for this vacation for months. And when the day finally arrived, I could barely contain the excitement. Early in the morning, my family and I packed our bags and headed to the magical park. The moment I saw the famous entrance, colorful decoration, and music playing everywhere, I felt like I had stepped into a dream. Before entering the park, I wore my newest sparkly dress, covered with silver tiny stars. It glittered beautifully in the sunlight. Many people complimented it. Some little children even smiled at me if I were a princess. Wearing that dress made me feel confident and magical. I took many pictures in front of the castle because I wanted to remember every single moment forever. As soon as we entered Disneyland, I saw colorful balloons, exciting attractions, and friendly characters waving at visitors. Music played from every corner, and the entire place felt alive with happiness. Every shop looked beautiful and full of exciting souvenirs like toys, Disney ears, candy, of course, and giant stuffed animals. After exploring for a while, we decided to go on our first ride. The line was long, but I didn't mind because the decorations were incredible. When we finally got on, the ride spun through the tunnels filled with glowing stars and colorful planets. I screamed and laughed the entire time. Disneyland was also filled with delicious food, but I ate buttery popcorn, warm churros, cheesy pizza, and giant ice cream cones. My favorite was the huge Mickey-shaped waffle, covered with strawberries and chocolate syrup. It tasted so sweet, fluffy. I wish that people gathered around the streets holding cameras and waving excitedly. Soon giant colorful floats appeared with dancers, princesses, and superheroes. And bright lights flashed everywhere. The music was loud and joyful, and everyone around me clapped and cheered. It truly felt magical. Later, we explored another section of the park, filled with futuristic rides. The building glowed with silver lights and giant screens, displayed rockets, galaxies. As we walked deeper into the area, I noticed a mysterious attraction hidden behind the tall metallic building. A glowing sign read it above, the time machine. Blue lights flashed around the entrance while smoke drifted across the ground. There were not many people waiting, which made the ride even stranger. A worker in silver uniform welcomed us and said mysteriously, "Prepare yourself for a journey beyond your imagination." When it is finally our turn, I stepped inside the ride vehicle. The seats were surrounded by glowing buttons, and while the screen were robotic voices counted down. 3, 2, 1. And suddenly, the machine began shaking. Bright blue lights flashed around me. Then everything became silent. A few moments later, the doors opened. I could not believe my eyes. The world outside looked completely different. Towering silver skyscrapers stretched high into the sky. Flying cars zoomed overhead, leaving glowing trails behind them. Giant digital towers in the air displaying holograms and advertisements. Humans and robots together walked peacefully through the glowing streets. I realized somehow the ride transported
What an absolutely breathtaking display of talent we have witnessed today. Let's give one more massive round of applause to all our incredible solo performers. Seeing this kid shine on stage is a testament to the power of performance-based learning. And parents, since our kids are already a vital part of the Kriya Play family, we want to make sure you are the first to know that our year-long regular sessions are officially open for registration. The upcoming 2026 to 2027 edition of our speech and drama after-school program is opening batches in a branch near you. If you want your children to continue building this spectacular confidence all year long, please contact our help desk right outside the hall today or head straight to our website at kriyaplay.app/courses to secure your spot. And now, it is time to celebrate the immense hard work and major milestones of our current batch. I would love to call our spectacular students from today's showcase to come up and join us on stage. To help us honor these brilliant young achievers, I would like to invite someone very special up to the stage to distribute the awards. Please put your hands together for our senior executive creator, Mr. Rahul Karthik, to join us on stage. Every single child standing before you today has completed a massive journey to earn their certification, which proudly features their International TED Student Talk certificate. As I call out your name, students are requested to step forward to collect their certificate along with your copy of the officially published volume of Summer Solos book. First up, the supermarket manager from Adu's first day at the supermarket, M. Sai Avnish. The dream explorer from the night I hoped 3 worlds, Mahadi. Up next, the mini parent from Akka Never Retired, Jashweta Satish. Following that, the princess behind the Lost Light of Flower Kingdom, Vedika Kotipalli. Up next, the hero from the Broom of Magic, Vriddhi Dilip. Next, the traveler behind My Trip to Disneyland, Gianna Sipani. And here comes the demigod from the life of Percy Jackson, Akrish Vishwanathan. Moving on, the reader behind the Magic Library, Akshara Ganeshram. And finally, here comes the mastermind baker from the Desert Mess, Advaita A. Before we officially wrap up the day, an event like Summer Solos is incomplete without hearing from the true anchors of these children's lives. We would absolutely love to hear your feedback, observations, and reflections on your child's creative journey over the last 2 months. Please kindly share your feedback outside with our team. To wrap up this incredible showcase, we must extend our deepest gratitude to the people who made this grand offline performance a reality. A massive thank you to our incredible venue sponsors, Idea of Joy, Lil Trails, Chettinad, Harisri Vidyalayam and JS Global. Thank you so much for opening your doors and supporting your theatre. Most importantly, a huge thank you to our visionary instructors, our dedicated parents for our unwearying support, and to our superstar students who proved today that creative courage can indeed change history. This is Gauri signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead and keep supporting the arts. Thank you.